Hi, it's Chris Titley here, and what are we on? We're at 4:05 on Thursday.
Nice.
Day 2.
Time is just flying
Day 2
by.
of Intersekt, day 4 of the week, the FinTech week. And I'm here with Rehan. Rehan? Rehan, the big boss, the CEO of FinTech Australia, who is the organiser of this conference. How's it been so far, mate?
So far, really good. Really happy with the outcome, just the energy in the room. It's been a whole week of, back-to-back events.
I'm calling it a test match, 5 days.
And people still, with a lot more energy than I do, but, still there, still meeting people, still hearing of deals being done. So, yeah, sounding really positive.
We're sitting here in the media room. We've got Harrison, the bodyguard. Sometimes people like, go away, because everyone's just wanting to do business and stuff, right?
Yeah, they just want a quiet space to do business, right? So any spot they find, they want to, have the private conversations.
We open the door and you hear this and close the door, because there's just people all the time.
True, which is fun.
Chatting. How many attendees this year?
About 1,000. So good number, similar to last year, but I think the maturity and the energy is definitely more, and there's definitely a lot more maturity. Like people know what they're here for, know what they get from the conversations. There are a lot of, new faces along with, the people like Chris, you yourself have been here for a number of years, right? So you know who you expect to meet certain people, but you also end up meeting a lot more new people you haven't met before, don't know about. So it's that perfect balance of, recognized faces and new people who give you a whole new perspective on things.
And every year there's a bit of a sub-theme of people chatting around different topics, etc. And on some of the topics are buy now, pay later and digital banks and CDR and open banking in the past. What do you think sort of a bit of a subtopic this year?
This year was a really hard one, honestly. I think it was hard to pick one subtopic. I think there were consistent messages across the industry when it comes to challenges with regulatory certainty, challenges in funding. Funding is a huge one for the industry right now. But as the industry has matured, a large number of startups and fintechs have just worked out how they can sustain themselves for a lot longer with the limited funding and capital that they have, right? And of course, R&D tax incentives and other grants can help and can support. But that's the recurring theme we see. We didn't want to only focus on that particular topic. We didn't only want to focus on CDR or digital assets, but it was all covered through the day. And we made a conscious effort not to talk about, AI was through the conference, but AI wasn't top and center as the title of the event, right? AI is embedded into everything, just as FinTech is embedded into everything. So that's what we wanted the conversation to be. All the challenges in the industry and how we could cover and talk about it all.
That's awesome, mate. That there wasn't an overarching theme of AI, because people just talk about it for forever, mate. 10 years this year of FinTech Australia, a big milestone.
A huge
had
milestone,
the Finnies and we've had Intersekt, the two, in my view, the two flagship events of the year. How have you found the 10 years, mate, and the support and going back and reminiscing a little bit?
It's been incredible. You see a good balance of companies that have lasted the 10 years and succeeded through the 10 years or sustained themselves through the 10 years, and you see new companies and new innovation coming in. I think as we look back at the 10 years, I think the more important part is to see what the next 10 years means. And with all of these changes that's happening in a government's prioritizing productivity, for example, or the AI boom that's happening right now, how do we take advantage of these changes and how do we play an important role within this? Because FinTech, as I mentioned earlier as well, right? It spans across verticals and horizontals, right? So it is an industry in itself, but it is weaved into every industry overall. You cannot run an industry or a company without having some financial services, solution within your system. So that's where the solution is. So where do we see ourselves 10 years from now is extremely important, and how we get there is extremely important. So I'm hoping, through these conversations, through what we've built through this forum, through the events, and not just Intersekt, right? We are the industry association. We're here to be the voice for the industry and for government. So we want to continue to support that.
An amazing team that you've built around you in terms of providing these events. Do you want to talk about them and what you're building
it's
at
all
FinTech
about
Australia?
them. It's not. I'm just a nobody helping them out. So they're the big bosses, and I'm just here to cheer them on. They've done an incredible job. There's so much, and as you notice, right, when you're here, there's so much heart in everything that they do. It's this genuine passion to support the startup ecosystem, support the FinTech ecosystem, and just see them succeed. And their success directly leads to our success. So that's how we see the industry.
No, absolutely. And in terms of FinTech Australia's role, you want to describe that in terms of where you sit and what fintechs can do and how they get involved, etc.?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the most important part is we are an industry association. We're not for profit, and we represent and want to be the voice for the industry and continue to be the voice for the industry. We have good relationships with government, with the regulators, with multiple stakeholders. So there are many ways we can support a fintech, but the most important one is just being the voice for the fintechs. A large number of fintechs don't have the credibility and the time and the resources to be able to engage with government, but a small policy change could impact their business completely, and they'd have to either completely pivot or change their business model if that is what the impact is, right? And surcharging is a huge example of that. So we are here to be the voice for the industry, and fintech is such a broad, diverse term. We want to be there for the entire fintech industry. So there's no particular area that we focus on, but if you broadly look at all the topics, there's payments, there's consumer data right, there's digital assets, and then everything else that covers it, right? AML, CTF, I could
endless
go on.
amounts,
endless amounts, yes.
Personal question: why are you excited being CEO of FinTech Australia?
Am I excited? No, I think.
Well, you're probably a little tired on day 4 of the biggest week. Exhausted, which is rightly so. But broadly speaking,
it's
getting out of
definitely
bed.
Exciting. I think for me, it's always been, and I've been in the role for a while. I've been at the organization for about eight years now. And for me, it always feels like it's a constantly evolving, changing industry. There's so much happening. What we are talking about today, 6 months ago, we weren't talking about it, right? So there is this constant evolution that's happening, and I get to watch it in front of me. I get to watch these amazing founders build amazing things, and I get to be part of their journey in some ways, and just being their voice and learning from all of these, everything that's evolving, and getting that macro view as well as a micro view is really important and very interesting to me. So,
mate, that's excellent. Thank you for coming and having a chat and catching
Chris.
up. And we've got the event coming up.
The final session.
The final
yes.
session, 50 fintechs in 50 minutes, is that
yes,
right?
It's FinTech 50 in 30 minutes, I think, because it's 30 seconds. Each fintech goes up on stage for 30 seconds.
And we trialled it last year. I say we, collectively. You trialled it last year. We participated in it, and it was a great way to end. And I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. I think it's such a good way to end also because it shows that it's not the end of the conference. We're going to have so much more, and you get to hear about all these companies who you may not have heard of because of all the connections and networks you made. So here's an opportunity for you to go out there and connect with them in the future. So
there you go, 50 on a platter. Now Harrison's looking over here. He's looking, what's he doing? Is he saying,
"Get out of here"?
He's saying, "This is the media room. Get out of here." It's been a good interview. Thank you, Rehan.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chris.
mate, and appreciate all your support and look forward to supporting.
And appreciate all your support as well. Thank
Thanks,
you, Chris.
mate. Cheers.